Stop pretending everything's fine with how donations move today. The old ways are broken, people are tired, fed up with the same pitch over and over, the same stories that don't connect anymore. Founders, investors, leaders, you know that feeling when you're trying to raise, but it's like shouting into the void. You get ghosted, ignored, or worse, you get a check that's so small it barely matters. That sting, it's real. You're drowning in noise, everyone competing for the same shrinking pot, stuck in overused channels that feel more like begging than building. It's frustrating. It's exhausting. And honestly, it's infuriating when you see the real need out there, the real impact waiting, but the system doesn't move fast enough. And you can't move it either because you're stuck playing by those old tired rules. Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to admit. The big, obvious markets for donations are oversaturated, stagnant, and full of people who've given up thinking differently. The real money, the real breakthroughs aren't in those places anymore. Everyone's so focused on the traditional donors, the big charity names, or those polished fundraising galas that they ignore the pockets where change is actually happening. If you want to win at fundraising now, you have to get ruthless about hunting down untapped niches. Those deep overlooked segments that others don't even consider because the path isn't paved and the signals are faint. First, stop chasing the mass market and start hunting for micro-communities with real skin in the game. This is where you can't wait for permission or perfect data. You have to leap, test fast, and pivot like your next dollar depends on it, because it does. Think about groups tied to very specific causes, movements, or even industries that are just beginning to understand their power to give in new ways. Impact investors in climate tech startups, they're locked in and hungry to funnel capital into the right causes if you can show them clear, quantified connections. Cryptocurrency and blockchain enthusiasts, they've got money and a mindset wired for disruption, yet most charities can't even speak their language. Gamers and esports fans, they're shaping new cultures, and philanthropies are barely scratching the surface. Don't wait for these groups to come to you. Go to their spaces, learn their language, and offer partnerships that feel authentic. Build campaigns that interact with their culture, not with your standard ask. Second, rethink your communication. Traditional storytelling doesn't work. Facts alone don't move people anymore. Reveal the stubborn, often ugly challenges and show exactly how every dollar cuts through the noise and makes things happen. Use real-time impact metrics, no vague promises. Use technology to create transparency that shames outdated gatekeepers. This creates urgency and trust that's non-negotiable. Gamified experiences where donors can track progress live? Not gimmicks, they're essential now. You want donors to feel part of the solution, hooked to every change their money causes. Don't just inform them, make them addicted to the progress that follows their investment. Third, get radical with collaboration. The old siloed approach doesn't scale. Connect with unexpected allies across sectors and geographies who have aligned incentives. Pooling networks, sharing data, co-creating campaigns, it's the way forward. Imagine founders, investors, nonprofits all sharing intelligence and resources in a real network, not a mailing list. Cross-pollinate ideas between verticals. These links are your advantage. If you're trying to go it alone, you'll burn out fast. Build a system where each member becomes a node in a powerful ecosystem that actively pushes funding where the impact is sharpest, fastest, and measurable. Last, you have to evolve your mindset. The old ask, wait, hope method is dead. Think like an entrepreneur on the edge, constantly iterating, rejecting the notion that the current fundraising model is the only option. Challenge the norms, look beyond borders and demographics. Break free from the assumption that you need approval from the usual gatekeepers. You don't. Embrace this chaos as a chance to create a new way that recognizes donors as active participants, not wallets. Offer them ownership, engagement, transparency, and above all, a clear role in making the impossible happen. This isn't easy. It's not for the faint of heart or those who want to keep doing what's comfortable. But if you want to break through the noise, if you want to fund ideas that disrupt, transform, and build actual change, you have to dive into these untapped niches, speak their language, give them a new kind of cause, and build the right networks. Stop waiting for the system to fix itself. You're the one with the chance, the responsibility, and frankly, the power to change the entire game. So act on it now, because every second spent doubting is a dollar left on the table and a problem left unsolved. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and open the featured link to discover more.